Swastiastu. Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for the time. Now, we would like to presentation about the evaluation research. Before that, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Jatnyana and my partner Niluputu Dian. Okay. Uh, we next slide about the table of contents of evaluation research. Okay, the first here are the introductions. Next, the step in conducting a program evaluations, and next, criteria of a good evaluation study. Next, quantitative approach to evaluations. Next, qualitative approach to evaluations, and the last, educational research of evaluations. Okay, we continue the sub materials about the introductions. Education's evaluations is the process of making judgments about the merits, values, or benefits of an educational program. Why has educational evaluation attract so much interest? The main reasons is the public administrators view evaluation as an important tool in policy analysis and program management. With respect to police analysis, evaluation sets yields important data about the cost, benefits, and problem of various program alternatives. Finally, evaluation research is becoming an increasingly important component of program management. Okay, next slide. There are the relationship between evaluation and research. There are two questions. The first question is an evaluation study the same as research? And the second question is an educational research qualified to fill a position in following program evaluations? Okay, the answer, the first question, the two are similar and different. And the second question, answer yes, but an educational research may need additional training. The generally accepted view is that educational research and educational evaluation overlap. In practice, evaluators make substantial use of research marks, measuring instruments, and data analysis techniques which constitute an educational research methodology. Okay, the next slides. Next slide. There are the steps in conducting program evaluations. There are the it's varies. Okay, the first, clarifications of reasons for conducting evaluations. And evaluation study may be intended because of the evaluator's personal interest in doing so, or because some person or institutions request it. Both reasons can be involved in starting a study, such as when the evaluators self-interest and the institution's need for evaluation coincides. Okay, next, choosing an evaluation model. Clarifications of the reasons of the evaluations request is selecting the appropriate model. This task requires a careful consideration because there are many models to choose from. On one account, nearly 60 different models have been developed in the last decade. Okay, the next identifying stakeholders. A stakeholder is anyone who is involved in the program being evaluated or who might be affected by or interested the findings or the evaluations. It is important to identify the stakeholders at the outset of an evaluation study. Okay, the next, deciding what is to be evaluated. One of the first tasks that confronts the evaluators is program delineance, which is the process of identifying the most important characteristic of the program to be evaluated. Careful program delineations is important even in local evaluation research. Okay, next slide. Next, identifying evaluations questions. In editions, you can suggest possible questions for study. The particular approach to evaluation that you have chosen to guide for your study also can provide ideas for questions. Okay, next, developing an evaluation design and timeline. Many evaluation studies are similar to research study in design, executions, and reporting. Thus, any of the research procedure described in the preceding chapter can be incorporated into the design of evaluation study. Evaluation study, however, presents several issues that do not arise in the research study. Okay, the next they are collecting and analysis evaluation data. Data collections and analysis in both evaluation studies and research studies are similar. For example, the middle school evaluation study primarily involved a descriptive design in which stakeholders' perception and students' achievements were measured each school year. And the last, reporting evaluation results. A typical research um, study will hear a single reports. For example, a master cell state or technical reports. The reporting of an evaluation study sometimes is more complicated because various stakeholders, audience are involved and it has different information needs. In the middle school evaluation study, the evaluators collaborated with its school leadership systems to produce a school improvement plan with reported analysis of evaluative data and action to be undertaken based on the analysis. Okay, the next slide. There are the criteria of a good evaluation study. There are the two elements. The first standard for program evaluations and the second standard for personnel evaluations. Okay, the first standard of program evaluations. The standard are designed for use assessing the educational evaluations just as the educational and psychology standard were developed with to assess the quality of tests. Standards are developed for several reasons. First, there is an increase in the technical quality uh, of some of the poor evaluation studies and the child insensitivity to the identify being evaluated. And the second standard for personal evaluations. This um this this standard involve the same for categories of standards used in program evaluation standards. The personal evaluation standard have been used for variety purpose, including assessing the quality of teacher evaluation bars and supervisor evaluation systems. Okay, that's all from me. And the next material it continue by my partners. And the time is yours.
Okay, I'll be continue the presentation about quantitative approach of evaluation. The first is objective-based evaluation, or we call OBE. Is distinctive impact assessment approach that support both accountability and learning. It has been confined by evaluation group, a cooperative group, or we call AECG, a professional network established in 1996 to promote a harmonized approach to evaluation methodology among the five major multilateral development banks, beyond measuring the extent to which intended goals are reached. OBE uses rubric to synthesis evidence and ascertain values across each of following criteria. Broadly, alleged with the development effectiveness criteria of development assistance uh, committee, or we call DAC, of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. First issued in 1991 and updated in 2019. The first is relevance, and then efficiency, and then efficacy, and then coherence. Next, impact, and the last one is durability. And then the second one is needs assessment. A need assessment is a process of determining the needs, otherwise known as gaps, between current and desired outcomes. The u- when used properly, this assessment provides valuable insight into your team process. An example of need assessment is research by Thomas Peirce and friends, which aims to update and expand database of medical graduates uh, at the campus in America. And then the third is CIPP model. The purpose of this CIPP model is to show how evaluate and contribute the decision-making process in program management. CCIP, CIPP is an acronym for four types of educational evaluation, namely context evaluation, input evaluation, process evaluation, and product evaluation. And then next, we talk about qualitative approach to uh, evaluation. There are two elements. The first is responsive evaluation, is an approach to measure the effectiveness of educational program development by Robert A. Stick. This approach enables to evaluate the educational and other programs by comparing the program activity, the program uniqueness, and the social diversity of the people. And then the second one is expertise based evaluation. Is evaluation used to make judgment about the worth of educational program? Is a time honored and widely used method of evaluation. And then the last material is educational research and development. In educational research and development, there are two elements. The first is R&D model, and the second one is Scriven's approach to summative and formative evaluation. We talk about R&D model first. R- R&D model is research and development, or research and development is research method to develop a test products that will later be developed in world of education. And then second one is Scriven's approach to formative and summative evaluation. Formative evaluation is carried out by developer when the program or product is under development. The support of process of increasing its effectiveness. In some circumstances, and finding of formative evaluation may actually lead decision to abort a future development. So the researchers are not wasted on the program that is unlikely to eventually becomes effective. And then the last summative evaluation is conducted to determine how evaluate the final program is especially compared to other competing programs. This type evaluation is usually carried out by individual other than program developers, such as the consumers union or publisher of customer report, consumer report, who carry out comparative evaluation of different types of competing uh, chemical products. It's all about my our material. If you have any question, uh, times is here. Thank you.